Good evening. It's Wednesday the 30th of April 2025 and it's coming up to a quarter to 8. Temperatures today have been quite good. Look at this. Look at these trails. And there's another one. Yeah, temperature's pretty good today, 20, 21. I'm doing a garden walk round as usual, but I'm not really going to talk about the plants so much. Plants are doing well. Got bluebells over here. These are my tubs. This is poppy. This is nasturtium. Can't remember what this is called. Big foxglove coming there. All doing okay in the garden as regards flowers. Put in the hanging baskets a couple of days ago. Hibiscus and all the rest of it. Petunia. Snow and summer. Yeah, all good in the plant section. Daisies are closing up for tonight. That's the redwood there. That's Californian poppy. Rhubarb doing well. This is a weed, but hey, if it produces a flower, I don't care. And that will produce pink and purple. This is our back wall. Again, bluebells doing well, and there's poppies in there, and there's nasturtiums in there. I think those are spuds coming. A few marigolds. Again, that big weed thing. Oh no, that's a different one. Virginia creeper creeping along further than it's ever done. This Concordia doing well, the best ever. And honeysuckle at the far end. Hydrangea up here, and my wee alpines are doing remarkably well. Glad I put those in. What do you call this? This is this is buddleia, the butterfly bush. And this is what I want to talk to you about. Where I have been ranting on for well over a year now about the lack of insects to be seen in the garden, and we're talking about soil life as well. We're talking about worms, we're talking about slatters, we're talking about snails, we're talking even about slugs, we're talking about millipedes and centipedes, and we're talking about all sorts of hovering flies, and we're talking about butterflies, and we're talking about wasps, and we're talking about bees. And we have had several weeks of terrific weather, and I have seen two butterflies in all that time. We have wall-to-wall sunshine, and I have harped on about this last year, and in fact the entire year. It was rubbish. We were overcast almost every day. It's absolutely shocking, and the amount of rain that we got last year, and you know, along with the farmers' pesticides and insecticides and stuff that they're putting on the soil, you know, the insect populations have been devastated, and I ranted and raved about this last year in a whole lot of my videos, and I was asking other posters to tell me what the situation was in their area, and other people were agreeing with me. They were saying, you know, you go out of a night and you know, 20 years ago your car windscreen would have been dotted with dead insects, and you go out now, you go out even in last summer and there's nothing on your windscreen. I'll take you around the front. I'm ranting and raving here again because last year, you know, there was nothing in the media about this. This year it's a wee bit different. I want to get a few more annuals and put them in here. Oxalis, they're doing okay. I can't remember what that is. That's Obritia. Bluebells again. The daffodils did not do well this year. The daffodils did rubbish. And as did the tulips. There was plenty of foliage. Look at the wee apple doing well. There's plenty of foliage, but there was no flowers. This is one of the clematis that we have, and that's an azalea, and you know, it's not doing great at all. The flower petals are very small, but that's a beautiful, beautiful evening. We've had several days of real good sun, but where are the insects? Where are the insects? You know, even flies, you'd hardly see a fly about the place. You know, you remember years ago, you know, you only opened the window and there was half a dozen big bluebottles floating about, you know, going round in circles round the light in the ceiling. Now, nothing. Very, very few bees of any description. And you know, these are our pollinators. Now there's the first wee swallow that we have seen. Where is it? There it is there. First there's another one floating about. There it is up there. At the top of that. Oh, it's away again. This is a wee rowan what we planted when we moved in here. Mountain ash. And it's flowering up. And you see that plant there? That plant should be covered with bees. Even towards the end of April. And maybe, you know, during the day, one, if you're lucky. And as I say, these insects, you know, whether they're flying insects or or not, they still pollinate the flowers, and they pollinate the fruit, and they pollinate the vegetables. And if they don't pollinate them, they're not going to provide a bounty. Come harvest time, you're not going to have the amount. And you know, this is dead serious. This is a threat on our food supplies, and nobody is saying anything until this year. I turned on the TV news tonight, the BBC Northern Ireland News, and there was a insect bug count survey, and the results had come through. And since 2021, they estimate that numbers of insects have gone down by 50%, and they were already declining before that. Now, you know, you see the farmers put Roundup on the fields to kill all the weeds. This is having a detrimental effect. This stuff is killing insects left, right and centre. And the farmers use insecticides and all the rest of it, and so that food production is maintained. And I can understand the farmers doing that, but this is not good for the insect populations. And you know, this has been a drastic decline, and our assembly and our government need to address this, or else we're not going to have any food. You know, this is a dreadful state of affairs, with no pollinators. And what's going to happen to the bird population? Because a lot of birds survive on insects, worms, snails. You know, your thrushes, your blackbirds, your robin. They're going to just die off. Instead of having maybe 3 or 4 hatchlings, they'll get by with one, because the food supply isn't there. Yeah, this is going to impact, you know, bird life. It's going to impact, you know, mammals as well. I just, you know, I am concerned about this. I really am concerned about it, because, and that's why I'm making this video. Tonight on the BBC Northern Ireland News, this is the first time that I have come across anybody expressing any concern, and there's only a 3-minute slot. It's the first time I've come across anybody in our news channels expressing any concern about the decline of insects in our gardens. Bugs. We need them. And, you know, unless there is a substantial cut in the pesticides and insecticides and all the rest of it that's been spread on our farms and used elsewhere, then we're not going to have any insects. As simple as that. And you know, what can you do in the garden? What can I do in the garden? Well, it can provide habitats for whatever insects we can, you know, encourage and provide wildflowers and such like, and cut. Don't use you know, pesticides or insecticides or or anything that's going to kill our insect life. Don't use it. You know. Weed killers. Don't use it. You know, nature will not be returning from this. 50% of our insects dead in 2 years, or less than, well, about 3 years. 50% decline. I mean, that is mega. And who's to say that this isn't going to be a repeat performance, you know, over the next 2 or 3 years? If it's a repeat performance over the next 2 or 3 years, we'll have nothing. And this will be catastrophic. And, you know, so, you know, tell people about this. And people need to be wide awake about what's happening. Okay, there's me ranting and raving. Before nature dies, do something. I forgot to mention about spiders. You know, I used to see stacks of spiders about the place, on the hedgerows and all the rest of it. And you're not seeing them. And so what else can you do? You know, if a spider gets into your house, or if you spot one, don't kill it. Don't spray it. If a fly comes into your house, don't whop it. Don't kill it. Or a wasp or a bee. You know, get a glass and put it over them, and get a magazine and put it in below them, and take them outside. You know, don't use this fly spray, killer spray. Yeah, this is really scary, folks. What's happening? And you know, most people have not. 95% of people have not realised what is going on. And what is resulting from all these insecticides, pesticides and weed killers. I don't know what else to say to you, but this is scary. Okie doke.